After some half-assed 3D Worms games and a couple of console 2D Worms games, Team 17 is finally showing PC Worms fans some love by giving us Worms Reloaded for the PC. But is this just another repackage of the old games to suck more money out of your wallet? If you've never played Worms before, it's pretty much a turn-based strategy shooter, sort of. You take turns to control one of your 4 worms to fire a shot from one of the various weapons. The arenas are surrounded by water, and if you manage to get a worm into the water, it will mean instant death for the little guy. To win, you just have to kill all of the other team's worms. While Worms Reloaded is incredibly easy to pick up and play, the game has a lot of depth when it comes to deciding in what order to kill the other team's worms, and what weapons to use. To add even more depth, there's mines and gas barrels scattered over the arena that you have to watch out for, or use to your advantage. You also have a limited time for each turn, and you have to worry about the wind. There are a couple of different game types. For single player, there's quick game, which instantly creates a match for you against bots. Custom game, where you get to set up your match and pick teams and stuff so you can play against bots. Training, where you can find the tutorials and you can try out all the various weapons. Campaign, where you complete missions. Warzone, which is kinda like a campaign, but you only play matches against bots. And body count, where you try to kill as many worms as possible without dying. For multiplayer, there's local play and online play. You can play some different game types, like bazookas and grenades and a ninja rope race. The game is really well balanced, because even the most overpowered weapons always put your own worms in danger, since friendly fire is always on. The graphics are really nice and colorful, which is great, since that is something that is often missing in games these days. While they could have gone for 2.5D style graphics, they use the same cartoony style that is similar to the old Worms games. However, this game does not look old at all. 2D graphics doesn't get much better than this without going 2.5D. Some people say that it looks just like Worms 2, which I really disagree on because of the beautiful moving backgrounds. And this game just looks polished and smooth. The graphics bring back memories from when I was a little kid and played the hell out of Worms World Party. So there's lots of nostalgic value in the visuals if you played Worms as a kid. While I prefer this style of a 2.5D, I still think it would be interesting to see if it would work well, so I kind of hope to try that sometime in the future. Weapons are a huge part in the Worms games, and this game does not disappoint. There are 47 different weapons in total, and yes, the classics we all love, like the Holy Hand Grenade return, plus some new ones, like Magnets and Poison Strike, and others that I won't spoil. The sound is really well made, the explosions sound massive, and the worms have really funny personalities. There's not that much music in the game, but the tracks that are there are pretty good. And the amount of different comments that the worms use are very impressive. Worms Reloaded gives you plenty of ways to customize the game. You can name all your worms the way you want. You can give the teams different personalities, which changes stuff like what language they speak. You can use different hats on your worms, change their tombstones, make your own levels, and stuff like that. It's awesome.
Au! Vänta bara!
The game has plenty of replay value, at least if you are playing with friends or online. If you buy this only for the single player, then it won't be super duper fun. While the campaigns are fun, and it's pretty fun to play against the inhumanly accurate bots, you'll probably get tired of it pretty fast. But if you are like me, you love the multiplayer in this game. I had a real hard time putting this game down. If you like Worms, you should buy it. If you played Worms 2D and liked it, you should buy it. If you played Worms 3D and liked it, you should buy it. If you played Worms 3D and didn't like it, you should probably try it, since 3D Worms is nowhere as good as 2D. If you played Worms 2D and hated it, you should probably stay away. Either way, the game cost only $20, so it's probably worth checking it out.
Kom in, sektor 3, över!
Oh shit.